Hi, Mark.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm good. I'm good. How are you?
All right, can you hear me okay now?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Oh, yes, very well. I just had to put in my earphones and have them hook up. All
Oh,
right, great.
okay.
Excellent. Hey, Ruth, how you doing?
Hi, I'm
Good
doing
to see you.
okay.
All right, I haven't seen you for a long time.
Yeah, well, we were away on vacation and then I got back and I got basically snowed under by work and I still am.
Oh,
So,
oh my gosh, I bet. And when you said snow, Chicago is, I said, soon now?
no, no, not yet. It just turned into fall. So,
It gave me shudders,
oh, snow's wonderful
up to a point. Up
for
to
a
a
couple of
point.
months.
Yeah, but the same snow on the ground for the 2 months is something else.
Yes. Uh,
All right. And someone else is coming in here. All right.
Hi,
Hey, Karen, how
Karen.
you doing?
I'm
Hi,
okay.
Karen.
How are you?
Well, thank you. Good to see you. Thanks for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Have you been here before, Karen, in our healing
No, I
circles?
haven't. I
All
have not.
right. Oh, fantastic. Well, I'm glad you're here. What city do you live in or near?
The Chicagoland area.
Oh my gosh. Okay. All right. My old hunting grounds there.
Yeah?
Yep, that's where I initially started everything
Okay.
years and years ago. And there was a place in Des Plaines called the Dance Building. And, and that's where I used to have huge events, just huge. That was about maybe 25, 30 years ago almost. Gosh,
Wow.
yeah. And then they had to move to the Holiday Inn there in Skokie. And then it just kept growing. So, all right, fantastic. Thanks for being here. Appreciate it. How did you hear from us about us?
Aria Norman.
Oh my gosh. Okay, great. Oh, fantastic. And give her my love if you talk to her,
I,
please.
I will do that.
All righty. Elizabeth, how you doing?
Good. Aria's coming. I just talked to her, so
Oh,
on
wow.
her way.
Oh,
I'm
fantastic.
I'm doing well. I'm good. My surgery is done and yeah,
Yay.
good.
Excellent. Glad to hear it.
Yeah.
And you're up and coming.
Right, exactly. It's just like it takes a while to heal. It takes like 6 months, but yeah,
Oh, well,
I feel good. I feel good.
yeah, we'll see if it takes 6 months. So,
Yeah, I don't believe it either. Because it's healing already. It's a big scar, but it's been no problem at all. So I thank you for that so much. Yeah.
excellent. Excellent. Yeah. Sometimes what happens is that when people go for a surgical procedure, when I work with them and they go for the surgical procedure, either the doctors won't find something, if that should be the case, or the doctor will say after surgery, "Oh my God, I've never seen the skin cooperate like this before," and so that's
Oh
kind of
my God.
wonderful.
Okay, so first of all, the most handsome doctor ever. I was so fortunate. Took my mind off of everything. But secondly, he looked at my back and he said, "You have a beautiful back. There is no way this is from sun exposure." So he was like, he goes, "This is
Oh,
going to be
cool.
no problem." Yeah. So yeah. And right, he was saying the skin is so easy to work with. You have a broad back. Like, I love looking at this. And I'm thinking,
Excellent.
too funny.
Good genes. Yeah, that's great.
No, yeah, but it was a healing too, that could make something like be like, oh, this is a masterpiece. Yeah.
That's awesome. That's
Yeah.
awesome. I'm so glad to hear that.
Yeah.
And Patty, hey, how are you?
Hi,
Good
Mark.
to see you.
I'm okay. How are you?
Well, thank you. Have you or are you planning on vacating Florida, or is it
Well,
in your path?
we have to make the decision tomorrow. It's moving towards us now.
Yeah. All right. Well, God bless you in that. And
Thank you.
whatever decision, you got a good structure for a home, you did
Right.
decide to stay and stuff.
Right.
Might be a little messy and
I understand totally.
yeah. And so make a wise decision. So
Will do.
and all right, great. Nini, you doing good, hon?
Hi, I'm doing good, Mark. Thank you.
Oh, excellent, excellent. Yeah, California,
Yeah,
excellent.
we're just so warm here today, like in the
Oh,
90s.
oh, you're so lucky. And we're in we got up to a heat factor of about 110, I think. And
Oh no.
Wow. Where are you, Mark?
in Scottsdale, Arizona.
Oh,
Scott.
wow. Yeah.
Yeah, and now on me, I'm outside, but with a jacket on, a long sleeve shirt, and uh, I have a swamp cooler that's blowing on me because the dew point is below 40, so which is great,
Wow.
and that makes it cooler.
So does it get cold at night in the Arizona?
Well, when we get to 110, 120 degrees, 90 degrees is a little chilly. And not quite jackets, but sweaters. But
No, but I mean, literally, does it cool down? Like in
yeah,
California, it's the desert, and at night it really cools down. I just didn't know if it
yeah,
was the same as Arizona.
yeah. Years ago, I used to live here, and I remember it getting down to 40 degrees, 35 degrees at night a couple times. So um, it does get chilly, then, and that's when you need jackets and galoshes and scarves and whatever. That's our cold. The most 40, 35 sometimes. Cool. Aria, how you doing? Good to see you. Good to see you.
Hi.
Oh, we have a nice group tonight. You doing okay, Aria?
Uh-huh. I got
Excellent.
cold when you were talking about
Oh my
galoshes and
God.
stuff. So I put on my wrap.
All right. Well, get the galoshes out. Chicago's going to get
Okay.
cold this year. So,
Mhm.
all right. Oh, wonderful. Hey, we're getting a nice little group tonight. Meredith, hi, how are you?
Hi, everyone. I'm really good, thanks. Technologically challenged at the moment, but doing well. Thank you for having me.
I live technologically challenged. So,
Yeah, it'd be
and
boring if not. Hi.
yeah, um, I just I'm getting a different social media person for me and someone to do a lot of my stuff, and they're going to be taking over, which I'm really glad about, and take pressure off of me of stuff I don't understand. And after I've been on the search for a long, long time for someone. So, and by the grace of God, it's happened. Any case, where are you from, Meredith? What area?
I live outside of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, in a town called Villanova.
Okay, I don't know where that is, but I do know where Pennsylvania is, obviously.
Yeah,
And I just did a workshop out there not too long ago, I think less than a year ago. And I did a couple of them, matter of fact, one on the Jersey Shore and
nice.
another one in right outside of Philly.
Oh,
And
nice.
yeah, I don't even know the name of the small town there.
That's
And
where we live. So it's good to know you come around here and you go to
yeah,
the seashore.
and it was a lovely family that sponsored me for the Philly one,
That's
and
great.
which was awesome. And I worked with them, and I did a workshop, and I did a free healing circle to introduce and get people to get to know me and to see what I do, so that they would come to the workshop and sign up for appointments for a couple days.
Yeah.
And so it was lovely. And
Well,
all
hope you come
right,
back soon.
I'm sorry, hon.
I said I hope you come back soon.
So do I. So do I. And Sign up for my newsletter, please, at markearlix.com. And I don't sell my lists. I just tell my events and the free healing circle on Tuesday nights. Monday night is a healing circle in person here in Scottsdale, Arizona. And then if I'm traveling I'm going to start traveling again around the country. And the various church groups, unity church groups, and to private groups as well, and individuals. So, and organizations and stuff like that. And I see people here by appointments, as I do at other places around the country. And I work with what I refer to as light. Light is my gift, my goal, my tool. It's what I utilize in my understanding, my trusting through what people refer to as self. And we hear and we see through our knowing. And that's what I utilize is through my knowing. If I should be able to see something, I'll say it. And I take no prisoners unless it's an emotional thing, and then I won't say it in front of everyone. That's for private appointments only. And I do have private appointments in person or Zoom, FaceTime, or telephone, whatever person's preference. But in working with this light, most people will experience something most immediately, and some people will experience something 5 minutes later, or walking out my door, or hanging up the phone, or whatever, or after a call, or 2 weeks or 2 months later, they'll say, "Oh my God, when did this leave me?" If that should be the case. And it's a gift that I've been utilizing for 48 years now. And I worked with about 25 to 35,000 people over the many years. And this is all that I do in my life. And some people say, "Oh," I mean, a few people say, "Oh my God, nothing's happened." But I do know that it's not the end of the story. It may lead into something else happening for that to be taken care of. And we all, a moment ago, I mentioned, well, it's my gift. Everyone has this gift. There really are no miracles that happen. We're the miracle. And everyone here shares that same miracle of a continuous echoing of the original word. We all have the capability of perceiving and receiving. So, and it's up to us on, dependent upon our lifestyle, our needs, what we're here for, to determine what we do in our lives and what we're a part of to enable the so-called spirituality. The true spirituality is blending earth and heaven together. We live here because we are here, we function here, and therefore we wouldn't be able to unless there was something within us of a spiritual nature naturally anyway. So, if that makes sense. Any questions I can try to answer, please, of what this is going to be about, or what I'm about, or what I believe in, or anything, please, that I can try to answer. Don't be chickens. Come on. Yay, Meredith.
I noticed you're outside and not,
Yes.
do you find that as a healer, do you find that you feel that you can heal, that's where you're most comfortable, or you feel most safe, and where you feel like your gifts are their strongest? Do you prefer to be outside than inside? I typically, like, in general, life since awakening, so to speak, I kind of hate being inside, which is, it's interesting. Your being outside is making me feel safe inside, so thanks already. I was curious about your connection with the outdoors and how you use that in your practice.
I love outdoors. I just moved here from the Boulder, Colorado area, and it was lovely and all like that. But what made my decision to move after the 6 years of being there was that in the winter times, sometimes it would get down to -35 below wind chill. and I could not handle that. I love warmth, and I know that Spirit loves warmth as well. So at least in my life,
Yeah.
I love outside. So right now I have what I was describing earlier is a swamp cooler that I have on me, and the dew point is below 40. So that means the air is drier. The atmosphere is drier. So the swamp cooler is coming onto me, and it's really comfortable.
Mhm.
Other than that, let's see, I think that the temperature outside the swamp cooler area is, let me see here. Come on, little guy. Here we go. Right now, the temperature is at approximately, come on, 96 degrees, not including heat factor. But
97, yeah.
yeah,
Nice.
97 degrees. And so, but the dry air with the swamp cooler, it's awesome. I just love it. And I love outside. I love the freedom of the outside, but I do function equally in a air-conditioned environment. I function equally when I'm sleeping, and I should visit with and work with people if it happens to me at those times. And I function beautifully on the telephone or on Zoom or FaceTime or whatever. It's always on because that's the way my life has been set up for it to be.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good question. Good question. And matter of fact, I was just thinking about earlier today how wonderful it feels to be outside all the time, that I am.
Yeah.
And so even when it was like 108 or 9 today or 10, I had the swamp cooler on me, and I was outside doing my work on my computer, and it was great.
Yeah.
It felt like 85. It didn't have this on, but in any case, good question. Yeah,
Thank you.
I know that um, uh, I've always known in my life it's not me doing this for the past 48 years now. Um, it's something that happened with me that since then it's always been on. But when I say it's been on, I'm referring to that divinity, that godliness that moves through all of us. That is our life.
Yeah.
And I say, okay, boss, you take over, and it does. He, she, it, whatever you want to call it, it doesn't care.
And your boss is very amenable to climate's conditions. That's very good.
Yeah.
My boss, whatever my boss is that, but for whatever reason, I really will say, not all the time. Whenever I'm in a situation like this, I kind of either want to be moving or outside. And I don't know, it's rubbing off. It's good.
Yeah, it's real good, and it doesn't care because it's always there, and it's wherever we call home. Home is there, wherever you're at, and there's no place that's better than any other place. But we have our own preferences,
Yeah.
and that's what really matters. What we want to follow through within our particular life, and where we feel more comfortable, more conducive. And we're always being led, or a lot of people say, oh, I got to get here because this place is going to be better for me. That may not necessarily be true. And home is wherever you are, and that's what matters. And so it's our own preference that makes the determination of that, personal preferences, and what our bodies are acclimated for. I used to be a water person, having to be near beaches all the time.
Yeah.
Then for many years, I needed to be a desert person, and many years I needed, excuse me, going hoarse. Many years I needed to be like a jungle person with forests and stuff like that. And then I went through another phase. Now I'm here. And so good points. Good points. Thank you. Any other comments or questions I can try to answer before we start? Please, anything.
I have a
Please.
question. So what will this look like tonight? What happens logistically? I mean, what can I expect?
I don't even know what to expect. Logistically, I don't even know. But generally what happens is the basic framework is after I give my little spiel and tell about the appointments and the healing circles and the classes coming up, and sign up for the workshop if you want, and go to the website to see the events, what attracts you. Then I say, hey, look, you know, if it's within your heart, go to the website and do a gifting on the gifting tab at the bottom. And you know, God loves that. It loves that you honor that divinity, not me, but that divinity within. And the other thing that happens, then I'll ask if there's any questions or comments. This is just basic format. And then I'll call on one person at a time to tell me one particular thing that's bugging them in their body, physically, biologically, neurologically, skeletal, injury, chronic situation, or whatever. And you may notice a particular situation happening with you either immediately or incrementally in your life, or even unbeknownst to you, or leading to a cause. And you know, even doctors saying, oh, I finally found out what the problem is, or whatever, if that's your route. And where they haven't been able to tell for 5 years or 50 years. Sometimes I'll talk about something that may be that I perceive inside, that maybe you're that might be the causal of whatever your situation is. Sometimes I don't always go there. Being a seer is not my forte. As far as my priority of what I've personally have chosen is working with the energies, manipulating them, and helping people to feel better in that way. I've had a lot of people make appointments just to find out what color of the hair they should have next month. I don't go there, and I don't do it. You know, that's why I say, I don't know. Ask your beautician, and Patty's a beautician, and she's great, and she's in Florida, so she's better at that than I am. And Aria's you know, intuitive. She knows these kinds of things better than me. I don't know these things, so. Any case, and Elizabeth too, and all of us carry this to varying degrees. But I also know with healing, there's many gifts that are involved, but I don't practice them purposely, and uh, and nor do I talk about them and what they might be and stuff. One of them I will talk about is intuition, which I'm familiar with, and I teach as well in my classes as far as healing as well. So, but I also know that there's a million types of intuition and there's a million types of healing. And the people are attracted to me for this kind, great. You know, they might be attracted to someone else for something else. I don't know. And they're not going to be attracted to me for what these other genres are or should be. Any case, good question. I hope that answers. And when I work with one person, with one thing, say if both of their shoulders are bothering you, which one is going to be the worst that I'll work with? And or even like your lower back, if I should work with that, and then I won't work with both legs that are affected by, say, the lower back or whatever, or one shoulder. I say, come back next week and we'll work with that one. Does that almost make sense, Karen?
Yeah. I mean,
Okay.
in other words, you go with each person individually.
Yeah. And everyone's unique. Yeah.
Okay.
Cool. Excellent. All right. Any other comments or questions, please, before we rock and roll here? Please. Ruth, anything? Okay. Karen, Elizabeth, anything? Patty, any questions, hon? Okay. Nini, Aria, Meredith, anyone?
No, thank you.
Okay. All righty. Great. Well, let's rock and roll. Ruth, anything in particular you'd like me to work with on?
Yes, I've been working way too much, like 5, 6 days a week, which I don't normally do. Cleaning out a 93-year-old's condo, and
Oh my goodness.
he collected stuff.
Pack right.
And
Yeah.
it's a huge apartment. It's like 4 bedrooms, 3 baths, and it's in dreadful shape. We're talking lead paint, asbestos on the floors, and dirty because he hasn't been there for 2 years. He just walked out and left everything. And I've been doing a lot of lifting because there's thousands of books. So I've been boxing them up, and they're heavy, and other stuff is heavy too. Those silver trays he collects. So
Okay.
can you help my back?
Yes.
Thank you.
And matter of fact, what I want you to do right above the small of the back on the your right hand side, if you can push in, it's about 1.5 inches above the small of the back. Push in, you'll see that if you go deep enough, it's really sore. Just pushing in if you can with your thumb or a finger. Uh, on the right side, on your right side, hon.
You're left, right?
Yeah, my right, your left.
So you want me to push on the left side of my back?
Yes,
Uh-huh.
yes. I'm sorry. I'm dyslexic.
Like I'm pushing
I
on the
am
right
so
side, not
dyslexic.
anything.
Yeah, on the other side there. And
Yeah, okay.
do you
Yeah.
feel a tender spot in there, hon?
Somewhat. The whole
All right.
area has been bothering me. So
Okay. All right. Now, if you can just push in, you'll find right in that area, you'll find the most tender spot right there.
Uh,
All right. I'll tell you what. Just if you can, just put the palm of your hand over that area there
okay,
and hold it there. Don't rub it or palpate it or anything.
sure.
All right. And remember, everyone, some people may experience something while I'm doing this as well, a sensation in their body. All right, now go to the other side. Yes. Now I just felt, all right, now I just felt a flow from there down through your hips on the back side. So let's see if that doesn't help you to feel a little bit more relieved in that
Okay.
project that you're on.
Thank you.
Okay.
Yes, thank you so much.
All righty. And you'll tell me if there's any difference, please.
I will. Thank you.
All right. All right. And Karen, please, any one thing that's bugging you?
Yeah, there's
Go
a
ahead.
specific issue, health issue. A year ago, I was accidentally diagnosed with a UTI. They sent me to the ER and thought all I had was, I wanted anti-nausea medication. And I went to, immediate care and they're like, oh, we think you have this. We think you have an appendicitis. I went and got tests. They sent me to the emergency room. I got tests. Everything's fine. Oh, by the way, you have a UTI. I'm like, oh, okay. I've never had one. There's, that was and so they gave me antibiotics. Can I please have the anti-nausea medication? Anyway, so they gave me the antibiotics. And then I thought I should probably have it checked again. And a month later, I went and I still had it. And they gave me a stronger antibiotic, and then it went away. And so I have it checked every month or so. Since July,
Good.
I've been under a lot of stress and I've had like, I'm in number 6 UTI, like every two, like I get on antibiotics and I get off and a week later I check and they're like, it's okay. We'll have it checked again. We'll have it tested. Oh, you have a UTI, I have another UTI. And I'm
Now tell me something. Have you gone to a specific doctor or have you gone to ER?
I no, I started with immediate care. Then I saw a specialist, a urologist, gynecologist.
Yep,
And they gave me tell me if it's TMI. They gave me an estrogen cream to use 3 times a week that I haven't started until this week to use. Because the lining of the vagina when you're postmenopausal thins and whatever, and that's supposed to help it.
correct.
So
Correct.
when this happened, not only did I call my GP, I called the specialist, and they're like, oh my goodness, if this after we're giving you antibiotics, but then, we'll talk to the doctor, and we're probably going to have to put you on a low dosage of antibiotics for 3 months. I really
I'll tell you, I'm
don't.
wondering, I'm not, now I've had doctors send some doctors send patients to me, but um, I've also, I don't know why I said that. I guess it was important, but uh, I've also seen where some people, um, uh, some women have been diagnosed with the UTI, but it's a different kind of UTI that they're not finding out about. And
I had a pretty thorough examination,
okay,
urologist, gynecologist. I mean,
okay, that's fine.
everything was
Okay,
examined.
yeah.
Uh,
And I
and
know nothing medically, please understand, nothing. I know where the hands are, the head is, and the legs, and that's about it. But um, let me work with you and see if this doesn't lead into something, okay, hon?
okay.
All right. Now, are you experiencing any discomfort right now?
Not really. Maybe I might have
Good.
to, yeah, maybe have to pee, but that's it.
Okay.
I don't feel a lot of symptoms. The only reason I kind of think it is because, like I have a full bladder. I go to the bathroom in the morning and it's like,
All right. Quick
bladder.
question for you. That's fine.
I don't
That's
really have
fine.
any symptoms.
That's fine. That's fine. All right. Now, I forgot what I was going to say. That's okay. Don't worry about it. Let me work with you.
Okay.
Oh, I remember. Are you still taking the antibiotic?
Yes, I'm taking the full course.
Okay, now let me just wait a second. Let me just express you might be also feeling the effect from the antibiotic.
Yes, the antibiotics make me
Okay.
tired and
Yeah.
ornery. Yeah, I'm a little
Okay.
run down, but I don't
Okay.
have UTI symptoms.
Okay. Let me work with you now. All right. Now, I don't mean to be a soothsayer or a prophet or anything like that because I'm not. But um, I, I do want to express possibly within the next uh, 4 to 5 days, you'll be experiencing a great relief in your life.
Fabulous. Sign
And
me up.
so sign me up too. But uh, yeah, in 4 to 5 days. And so I don't diagnose, I don't prescribe, and I don't tell anyone they're healed. I let people tell me what's happened with them since. All right. So 4 to 5 days. You'll experience a great relief for whatever form that takes to get there. And it might be through the antibiotic, or it might be through whatever else, or just naturally going away from here on in.
I
Okay.
forgot to add in, I also saw an intuitive healer who's putting me on like lemon balm and wild orange and other herbs that are
Yeah,
supposed.
try it out. Yeah, that's nice. Okay, try it out.
Oh yeah, I am
Yeah,
going to
good.
just
Mm,
I thought you wanted to know, so I just
No.
told you.
Okay. All right, good. Excellent. Uh, do whatever's needed, whatever feels good. Great. Awesome. Thank you for having me, letting me work with you. I appreciate it, Karen.
Hmm.
All righty. Elizabeth, my friend, talk to me. Tell me what the scoop is.
Well, yeah, right now my main thing is the scar, and yeah, so just healing for the scar, yeah.
Are you in any discomfort right now, hon?
No, only when I reach up, because it's on my shoulder blade kind of, so it kind of goes across my right shoulder.
Okay.
So it's not really discomfort. I think it's vanity.
Hey, whatever works. So,
And
all
and
right.
also when I have to go places like tomorrow, I have to see another doctor about something else. And so I have to get dressed, and that always, cuts into.
All right. I'll tell you what. Put your arm up like this, son,
Yeah,
and go a little bit higher, and you should feel like a stretching in your back.
yeah.
Okay. Hold it there for a second, just for a second. And imagine that my hands are on top of your elbow, and you're going to try to hold it still while I push it down, okay?
Okay.
All right, now go like this. Now raise your arm up.
Yeah, that's great. That's kind of cool. Yeah, that didn't pop it at all. I mean,
Awesome.
usually there's like a pop there. Yeah, that's cool.
All right. And that's because of a muscle, weakened muscle a little bit. But let's see what happens. Let me work one more time with that. 1 second. All right, now go like this.
Yeah. Oh, much better. Whoa, much better. Yeah,
All
thank
right,
you.
good.
Yeah.
All
Yeah.
right, good. And keep me updated, please.
Yeah, will do. Will do. Yeah, I should
Eh,
have results tomorrow.
All right, excellent. Yeah, the results won't uh, tell what's happened tonight, but the results will be clear for that, I would think. All
I
right.
think so too. Yep, thanks.
All right, good, good. Patty, my friend, talk to me.
Hi, Mark. I've missed you.
You too.
I'm going to try to get to your class this month. I'm working.
Oh, that would be great. It's in 2 more weeks. Yeah.
Yeah, I saw it listed. Mark, I would like help from you. My neck, under my skull, and both sides of my neck, dominant left, have been so horrendous that I'm headachy every morning.
Oh,
And with the hurricane, it amplified it a little bit.
yes.
I'm
With-
medicating and meditating, but it's just really so tight. I've had to wear my neck brace again.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So that's okay. Oh, listen, least of my problems. But if you could give relief to the tightness, I'd appreciate it.
Okay, let me work with this, hon.
Okay, thank you.
All right, what I want you to do I don't normally do this during the circles. I want you to picture your fears. Picture the fears. And tell me when you can see yourself in fear. Tell me when you can see that.
Yes.
All right, good. Now, picture yourself when it's all over and there was nothing to fear. Tell me if you can see yourself with,
Yeah, I can. I can.
okay. Now, do me a favor, go back to the fear. What's that like now? Be candid.
It's not as strong. I'm not
All
as
right, go ahead.
I'm not as fearful. I'm still fearful, but it's not as strong.
Okay, now go back to the fear again. Close your eyes and go back to the fear again. Try to conjure it up again.
Okay.
And now picture afterwards, there's just a little bit of debris around your house. And you see that everything's really good. The house is still there. All right, open up your eyes and try to think again about being fearful. What's that like, honey? Be candid. It's the same, worse, better, what?
The scenario I saw before, it's just like floating away.
Awesome. How do you feel inside, hon?
My neck is looser.
All right, let me do a little bit more with the neck. All right, I just had the picture of you getting goosebumps. So let's see what happens.
My
Or,
jaw, my neck is looser, Mark. Thank you so much.
all right, remember.
Thank you. I will.
All right,
Will do.
all right, awesome. Thank you, Patty.
Thank you.
Aria, any particular thing you'd like me to work with? Name one thing, hon.
Um, I actually have a healing for my husband. Would that be okay?
Great.
Okay, his name is Dale, and his shoulders and his neck, he keeps wishing there was a deep tissue person where he is. He's in a small town right now. So he finds it hard to he's sitting in a lot of pain in his shoulders and his
Okay.
neck.
All righty. Let me work with him a little bit here.
And I know one shoulder is worse than the other, but I don't know which one it is.
His this side.
Okay.
So my left, I guess, is right.
Okay.
All right.
Oh, yeah, that is it. What are you, psychic? Yes.
I resemble that remark. Get it? Remark? Forget it. All right. Let me work with the shoulders. He won't realize that something's been done, but he will realize that he has more movement and it won't be as tender or sore in that area there.
Thank you so much.
Blessings to you. Thank you. What about you? A blessing?
Yes, please. Thank
You
you.
got it.
Thank you.
There you go, my dear.
Thank you so much.
All righty. And Meredith, are you there, hon? Are you there? There
Yeah,
you are.
I'm here.
Yay.
Hi.
Hi. Anything in particular you'd like me to work with? Name one thing in your body.
Oh, my skin.
What's
My-
wrong with it?
I've been and you can see a bit just been taking on some new, they're not new. I mean it occurred in many times in my life, but in my elder adult or my like middle
Don't say elder.
my elder years of my life, or like my getting towards my middle ages, so to speak. And this stuff is kind of happening again. And
What is it?
it appears, I went to the doctor, it's some acne.
Okay.
Seems to be hormonally related. I some stuff with I wouldn't consider myself as having fertility issues because we weren't really trying, but I did have some loss recently, but it hasn't been consistent. But I think I'm not, in my gut, I don't feel that it's necessarily related to my cycle. I mean, it could be hormonal. I've been to the doctor. I have an endocrinologist, a gynecologist, all the things, and it's living somewhere else. So just somewhere to release release my focus off of it.
Sure. Okay. One thing I'd like to suggest. Now, again, I don't diagnose, I don't prescribe, and I don't tell anyone they're healed. I know nothing anatomically about people or myself even. I know where the hands and the head is and the legs and sometimes the arms. But
Sure.
that's all I know medically. So what I'd like to suggest or to say is, do you have a tub at home?
Yes.
Okay, get some fresh baking soda and take a half a cup, not Epsom salts or anything else, baking soda,
Just the baking soda.
Arm
Okay.
and Hammer,
Mm-hmm.
and take a cup full and put it on the bottom of the tub and fill it up with bath water, warm or hot or whatever you want. It doesn't matter. And don't use soaps, don't use perfumes in it, don't use anything in it, and soak in it for 10 to 15 minutes.
Okay.
You'll see that as you're observing the water, just looking at the water, you'll notice that you might see it sparkly, you might see it bubbly, you might see it a different color, a dingy gray or green or bluish. And
Oxidation, yeah.
And so after about 10 to 15 minutes, uh, get out, rinse yourself off with regular shower water. You can use soap and everything else once the water is drained. What you're doing is you're drawing the radiations, the excess radiations out of your system.
Metals and all the stuff that's inside too, yeah.
Any kind of built up radiations or, whatever.
Yeah.
And then you can use in the shower soap and water when the water is drained, and because you don't want to absorb any more of that stuff that you just took out of you. You'll notice that you're exhausted afterwards,
Right.
so
Yeah.
do it before you go to bed.
Sounds great. It'll be nice. Yeah.
Yeah, and it'll give you a real peaceful sleep as well, with the body regenerating and healing inside.
Yeah. I
And
appreciate that.
yeah, within a day or two, you'll probably notice, not to make any claims, but you'll probably notice that a lot of that is dissipating and
Sure.
it's not replicating.
It's a sense of what I was feeling is going on. And you just want to make sure you're not, when you tell a dermatologist you're going to take a bath and something like that, they go that direction. And I agree with you. I think it's I connect to what you're saying very much. I think that's
Good.
It's nice to have a
Excellent.
reassurance and see
Yeah.
how I'm down.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, cool. And anything else you'd like me to work with? A blessing of any kind?
Yeah, I think so. Part of what has been coming up, I've noticed that these sensitivities have reactivated in my skin through when there's sensitivities coming up in my body. I'm also on the spiritual, like I have a connection with God, but I'm on a bit of a spiritual path. Not a bit. We're all on a spiritual path.
Cool. Always.
But it kicked on pretty heavy, but we're almost approaching a year, and now I've got fear under control, and I've got a plan and good guides and good people in my life. But ultimately, the physical symptoms tend to flare up. So I guess the blessing is for myself and those around me and anyone suffering, everyone who on this call, just a prayer for us to kind of be able to see past the physical stuff that's going on and hopefully feel those other blessings coming in as the pain or the redness subsides collectively.
All right. Yeah. Let me ask a blessing for you then. Nothing else matters. Just be of good cheer.
Thank you. Thanks very much.
Everything else in life is minutia,
Yeah.
you know. So,
Be well. Thank you.
amen. So, all right. Nini, anything in particular, my dear friend?
Just your blessing, Mark. Thank you.
Sure. Who's the woman that has the dog? Nini.
It's not. Oh, it's my friend.
Okay. All right, my dear friend. You got it.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
All right. Please, any questions or comments, please, about anything I can try to answer? Try to answer? Anything?
So
Yes,
I
please,
noticed
Karen.
that Aria, so someone doesn't necessarily have to be here in order to
Correct.
receive healing from you?
Yes.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. These are like quickie healings, as everyone's always called them for many, many years, and I call them that too now. And it's a representative of what a full appointment that leads up to an hour might be like, or a mini appointment for 20 minutes that I have on Thursdays, and which I'm going to be getting rid of, but I'm going to be expanding it to any day of the week. And not just restricted to Thursdays. So let's see. Yeah, for anyone who's might be living in another country or whatever, it doesn't matter. Or who can't make it to the appointments to be on Zoom or whatever. You know, and some people like the privacy is not showing themselves, and that's fine too. I don't mind. I don't mind. And it's a lot of people say, oh, you need someone's permission. You know, we pray every day for people by just thinking about them. That's a living prayer in motion. So it's not wrong to do good.
No.
We don't need someone's permission to think good thoughts about someone. So, all right. That's a good one, Elizabeth, wasn't it?
Mark, may I ask you,
Sure.
the type of healing that you do in like your 48 years of kind of your career, did you find that I'm sure I can learn this on your website too, but any professional development that's been helpful to you? Like, or is there things that is there a particular, aside from an overall spiritual approach, is there any, not necessarily dogma, but like, are there certain things that you found have been key for you to be able to maintain your own
Yes.
healing abilities, but also heal yourself? And how does that work for you?
Yeah. Pertaining to the first part, as far as learning and stuff like that, initially, when my initial time in meeting all this, within a few minutes time, it was the main factor, the key factor was trusting that something was happening. And it's through that trust, that's how we hear and see through our knowing, through trusting. And I just haven't ever gotten away from that trust. And it's through the trust that we progressively develop into new things. There's been many a time in my participation in this that I've gotten bored, or I've gotten discontent, or I've gotten, oh, I don't want to do this anymore, or whatever, for whatever sundry reasons. But those are moments of growth. Always. There are moments of growth. And there are times of subtle or dramatic chaos. And in those times of chaos, that's what turns into change.
Yeah.
And we
And
can't have
establishing-
change without chaos.
Sure.
And so that's what I, for some reason, I haven't ever in my life gotten out of it. I've been disappointed with God, the way the divinity exhibits things or shows things or tells things. But even in great miracles or whatever. But in that disappointment, I know that I'm going through a change. If I don't know it right then, I find it out.
Right.
So it's always there with everyone, really. And it's finding out that we're the miracle, and through that trust. That's what helps me to grow. As far as you were asking about me personally, something at the very end there. What was it again?
I guess that's like the most straight, that was the best answer you could. It answered the other question too, which is ultimately you're saying coming back to oneself and realizing you're the miracle and that it's within you. And I guess as far as like there's the side of yourself of reconnecting with yourself and retrusting yourself that you've been
Sure.
grown in strength to be able to do and practice. Along the way, have you found that you've professionally needed to gain accreditations or learn new modalities? Have you felt that stuff's been a requirement to you, or do you find that your particular style is that like a connection with spirit and God?
It's, I've had an opportunity to delve into a few other gifts, and I put them aside because I always know that when I think that I know healing, I realize that I don't. And no matter how good or whatever things may turn out or happen all the time, but I do know that when I think that I know something, then I realize that I don't. And that's what makes me strive harder from within, sometimes even until I start sweating in working with someone, that in trying to see and to hear and to know causals and to work with them and to manipulate the energies, etc. Uh, so it's always more to healing in this particular genre.
Right.
And this is unceasing in its potential.
There's
Unceasing.
no end
No
to
beginning, no end.
Okay, that's beautiful.
Cool. Also, if anyone's interested, there's a few people that have been asking me, and I don't know if they'll all do it, but there's a couple people that will for sure. Here in Scottsdale in November, I think the second or third week in November, I'm going to be doing an apprentice training for 3 days, if anyone's interested. And that it's not announced on the website yet. I just been asked by a couple of people the past couple of days. So if anyone's interested, let me know. And I'll just work with that. Yeah, Karen.
You had said anyone has a comment. Well, you said something about the more in healing, the more you know, the more you don't know. Hang on, there's just this Oh, I just found the quote that I wanted to read. But Socrates said, hang on, it's right here. It is here. It was here. Here it is. The only true wisdom is in knowing you know nothing.
Right on, Socrates.
I'm not really,
I'll give him a call, say he was correct. All right. All right, great. And we all have this within ourselves. We have the ability to delve within ourselves to say, like there's many times that in quiet time, I'll say, okay, God, okay, boss, whether it be he, she, it, whatever, show me more. Tell me something that I don't know about. And it's always wondrous. I remember one time, and I mean, you've heard this story before, Patty, years ago in Chicago, I believe. I was in the center of my living room and a nice sunny day, and I'm just sitting there and I say, okay, God, tell me about a form of healing I don't know about. And all of a sudden I saw myself back in, I guess, the mid 1100s or something like that. And I was a country bumpkin going through Europe, and I would be going from hamlet to hamlet or town to town or whatever, mostly hamlet to hamlet. They were like country people, villages and stuff. And I would have these four or six, I think 6 or 8 cloths of different colors made from natural elements of the plants, foliage, etc. And when someone was sick, like a bellyache, I would put one of the patches on them. They knew me, all these peoples. And I would put one of the patches on the belly and I would breathe into it. And they would feel better or start to feel better as far as now in the healing process. And I was just blown away by that. Hey, that's really cool, God. What do you call that? And a voice said to me, suffocation. How you spell it, I don't know. But right then I looked it up. I knew how to spell it back then. Now I don't. And I looked it up in some old English dictionary, and there was such a thing where someone would breathe through color to help someone to feel better. I said, whoa, that's so cool. So I went to one of the healing circles in Chicago and I tried that on someone's hurt, injured arm, and I breathed into it and it felt better. See, everything is dealt to one form of healing that we can utilize, you know, and it's real. All these things are real, dependent upon our consciousness and how much life we want to give to it. So, yeah. Anything else, please? I can try to answer anything before we
Say the
boogie.
name of that again. Stuff
Suffocate. No. Suffocation.
Suffocation.
Yeah, I don't
Thank
know
you.
how to spell it.
I got it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right. If anyone finds it, email me, please. I would love to figure it out. So, in any case, any other comments or questions before we boogie? Please, everyone, if it's within your heart, do the gifting at the bottom of my wedge page and tell me how you're feeling. Let me know. And if anyone wants an appointment with me, let me know, or to elaborate on what we've done. Great. And we'll take it from there. I am so grateful for your presence here. And I'd love to hear back from y'all and to see you next week as well. Thank you.
Thank you.
So
Thank you, Mark.
much.
Good night.
Blessings, everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Good night, everyone.
Good night.